Captain Billy J takes the wheel every time. Cruising on the ocean, feel the rhythm and rhyme. Rolling to casinos, bets up in the sky. Sweepstakes winner, luck's on high. Captain Billy J, sailing through the night. Dance and win, flying high like a kite. Captain Billy J, sailing through the night. Dance and win, flying high like a kite. Ports of paradise, where the sea meets the sky. Every destination's a new chance to fly. Spin the globe, life's a game to play. With Captain Billy J, it's always holiday. Captain Billy J, sailing through the night. Dance and win, flying high like a kite. Captain Billy J, sailing through the night. Dance and win, flying high like a kite.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Ahoy there, everyone. Captain Billy J here, and welcome to another edition of Captain Billy J Travels Live. Happy Saturday to you all. Hope your Saturday is going well. Your weekend has started. Well, it's already started. Already halfway through almost. Anyways, hello. Anyways, hi. It's been a couple weeks since I was live. Last live was just before Helen. We were previewing Helen, Georgia for the 5th annual Helen, Georgia Meetup. Well, today we are here to review the 5th annual Helen, Georgia Meetup that was last weekend. So I am here today to talk about my stories along with hopefully other people that will join in the chat. So if anybody went to Helen, Georgia last weekend and wants to come up on panel with me to talk about their experiences at the weekend, I will drop the link in the chat. And if you're watching and you're not in the live chat, there's a live chat going on right now. But I dropped the link in there. Feel free to come up on panel. But I do have some pictures to show you as well, and we'll talk all about Helen, Georgia. At the top of the hour, Sherry with Sherry Awesome Sunsets will be going live for the Saturday Spotlights, and it's back-to-back premieres from different creators. I have a video in that Spotlight. It's my San Juan, Puerto Rico vlog from the Caribbean Princess. So I'll talk more about that towards the end of the show, but that's coming up at the top of the hour. Then after the Sherry Awesome Sunsets will be the start of the Saturday Spotlight, and then also Calvin Gilbert's will be going live tonight, and also Josh and Michelle from Adventures Ahead will be going live as well too. Well, they should be. Anyways, let's welcome in the chat first. I don't have anybody in the basement yet. The very first person that came in was Ohio Travels with Chris. Welcome aboard, Chris. Unfortunately, Chris was not able to join us. She was going to come, and then her mother-in-law had some issues, and unfortunately, she's not going to attend. But hopefully, next year, Chris will attend with us in Helen. After her is my first mate, Meg. Welcome aboard, first mate, Meg. And she had a very special weekend in Helen. We'll talk about that in my pictures. I have some pictures. So, Meg, you're coming up in my pictures. But we'll talk all about that. But she has Mountain Dew. It's cold. The pizza rolls are hot. That's good because I had no Mountain Dew with me at all. No Diet Mountain Dew at all. So, and I just had Hardee's for the lunch. So I'm good on pizza rolls, but I'll have some later. Adventures of Roxanne is here. Roxy is here. She was in Helen, as well as Meg was in Helen with us. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here, Roxy. Followed up by Roxy's Danny D. Danny D, the spectacular supporter, is here. Welcome aboard, Danny D. Good to have you here. We're saying hello to each other, back and forth, back and forth. Yep, you're definitely here to support me, Danny D. Appreciate it very much. Also here is Najuma Brown. Welcome aboard, Najuma. Good to have you here as well. Controversial Cruising. Scott is here. Welcome aboard. Hashtag press meet Scott. Welcome aboard. If you missed it, match game live was last night. It's rigged because I didn't win. I should have won. I think I was like tied for like first until that last question, and then it all went downhill. But it's rigged, I tell you. But I would have won. But I did win some swims on Thirsty Thursday trivia or Thursday trivia. So check out Scott's shows over there, and he also does a podcast. He does a million things. It's hard to keep track of Scott over at Controversial Cruising. Let's see. Going through the chat here. Catchiest intro song. Yeah, it's pretty cool intro song. I'll be singing that all week now. Yo, Eddie is here. Who invited Eddie? Welcome aboard, Eddie. Good to have you here, I guess. He was in Helen, too. He sustained some injuries, and I sustained an injury, too. Well, I was like, I do have someone joining me in the basement. Thumbs up if you're ready. All right. She was in Helen, Georgia with us last weekend and the weekend before that, or the year before that. None other than Roxy.
Hello.
Oh, welcome aboard. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. This is like deja vu. I think you were on my show last time.
Yeah.
We were talking about Helen. Now we're talking about Helen again.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Did you have a good weekend in Helen?
99%.
99%. Okay. I know what that 1% is. I know. We'll talk about that a little bit too. Let's see who else is in the chat. We're talking about press meet. Joseanne is here. Welcome aboard. Joseanne, good to have you here. Yoda's Blessed Life. I met him in Helen. He was there for the first time, I think. So welcome aboard, Yoda. Good to have you here. And Eddie is making fun of my intro song, High Like a Kite. Yeah, that's more like the other captain that's in the chat. Let's see. Everyone said hello to each other. Yeah, SpongeBob, Billy J. Yep, he's in the intro as well. Ari is here. Welcome aboard, Ari. He was in Helen, Georgia.
Hey, Ari.
He's been at every Helen, Georgia meetup, so that's pretty awesome. And then there's the beautiful Holly Ayers. Welcome aboard, beautiful Holly Ayers. Good to have you in here. I never see her in my chat, so I'm glad that she has joined us today. That's awesome. Again, yeah, I dropped the link in the chat. I'll drop it again in case somebody else wants to join. But it's just you and me right now, Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Donahue is here. He was in Helen, Georgia. Welcome aboard, Ryan. Good to have you here as well. Yeah, mini swims. I only got second place though, which was less swims than third place. I don't know how that worked, but Yoda said I tried hatching M&Ms. May not melt in your hands, but Deborah D is here. Welcome aboard, Deborah D, fellow sweeper. Good to have you here. And Kathy Mills is here. Welcome aboard, Kathy Mills. Good evening, Helenites. Yes, he was in Helen, Georgia as well. Awesome. All right. And almost at the bottom of the chat. Oh, Jen Cohen is here. Welcome aboard, Jen. She does live shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So after seeing me traveling when they go live. So check her out at her live shows. Awesome. At the bottom chat. So thank you guys for coming in. We'll say hello to anybody else that comes in. So Roxy, I'm going to show some pictures of my trip, and we'll talk about what you did in Helen too.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and I'll start my pictures up first. Okay. And share, make sure we can see us. Yes, okay, good. All right, so I drove from beautiful Pensacola, Florida up to Helen. How did you get to Helen, Roxy?
I got there with Ralphie. He picked me up. He came in from Oklahoma, and they went to the aquarium, him and Eric B., and then they picked me up, and we went to Helen.
Awesome. That's cool. And you got there Thursday?
Yeah, I got there Thursday night.
Yeah, I got there the day before I did. I left early Friday morning at like 5 a.m, and I drove and I stopped there's me in the car with the captain is always right, and I am the captain shirt. And then there is my car, my Jeep Compass I took with my magnets on the car. And I made a stop I made last year, and that is at Buc-ee's. So keep Buc-ee's in mind because it may come up a little bit later on in these pictures. But I had some breakfast. What?
I said it's the best place to stop at.
It is for breakfast. I had breakfast there, so that was good. I enjoyed it. I like lunch too, and dinner, and any meals at Buc-ee's. Danny D says I would love to go to Helen sometime. Yes, hopefully next year you can go, Danny D, or sometime. Holliers loves Buc-ee's. That's awesome. All right. That's pretty much caught up on the chat. All right. So after Buc-ee's, I got to Helen, Georgia myself on Friday. What'd you do on Thursday nights? Did you do anything?
Found dinner and mainly stayed in my room.
What'd you have for dinner? Do you remember?
Yeah, we went to Wendy's because it really was. I didn't want a lot to eat. I didn't want to spend $30-$40, but I knew I'd be doing that a couple of days later, you know? Right.
Yep. And Wendy's is right next door to the Hellendorf, so pretty easy to get to. All right. So then I got to the Hellendorf Inn. I asked if I could check in early because it was like 1 o'clock or so. And they had my room available, so I was able to check in early, so that was nice. And I stayed in a different area of the motel this time. Last time I stayed in the 700 block, but this time I stayed over in the other part next to the elevator on the 3rd floor. Where did you stay at, Roxy?
I was on the 200 block.
Okay. That's good. Anthony Simone is here. Welcome aboard, Anthony. Good to have you here. All right. So I had a nice room. I had a room 307. You can't miss my room because I have my my magnets stayed on there for temporarily, and they seem to have disappeared again. Shenanigans took place. And my captain's quarters sign was missing as well too. So, but that was my room door. My pictures are out of order. That's a bathroom in my cabin. I had a riverfront balcony. I had 2 queen beds. Only used 1 bed, but it was a nice room. I thought this room was better than the 700 block room, and a nice little balcony here. And this is my view from the balcony. It's a nice riverfront of the Chattahoochee River, and looking to the left. So pretty nice views from this room. And I'll have a cabin tour video come out on this as well at some point. So was yours was a riverfront view too, right?
No, I didn't have that. I had street view.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, when you have a dog, they have a certain wing, and same rooms I had last year, so I don't get to get a choice.
I got you. Yeah, probably not. Meg says you're not in Helen if no shenanigans are happening. Well, that's true. They've happened the last 2 years so far. So, all right. So at 2 o'clock, normally we would meet at Das Ice Cream Cafe. Well, unfortunately, they had a water break. And so they were not able to open for us in time, which is also kind of odd because I also saw later on after the weekend that they actually opened for the first time for the season. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're telling us the truth, but because they said they opened up for the season right after our weekend, but I don't know. Anyway, so we were not able to meet at Das Ice Cream Cafe, so no spaghetti ice. And Ari said I was across from Foxy Roxy.
Oh, yeah.
We were neighbors. Okay. Yoda said, I know nothing about that. Maybe, the shenanigans. Yes, shenanigans. So we weren't able to meet at Das Ice Cream, but we did go across the river to the Troll Tavern. And I went there like my first time I went to Helen. This is the Troll Tavern. And they have a nice outdoor seating area. You can eat inside too, but most of us sat outside, and it's right along the river here. It's supposed to be in summertime with a raft there or tube, but it was nice. Did you eat anything at the Troll Tavern or?
Yeah, I had a pretzel.
Okay, how was the pretzel?
Not my favorite.
Okay, that's what I've heard from a couple people that they did not
Well,
like the pretzel.
well, you got cheese with it. They didn't tell you that it had jalapenos in it, so it was a little warm for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I hadn't heard that. The other thing I heard for somebody, I can't remember who, they said it was like had to be like frozen, and then they reheated
Yeah,
it.
they said theirs was kind of cold in the middle,
Yeah.
like it had been
So
frozen.
yeah, they weren't happy with their pretzel from the Troll
Yeah,
Tavern.
and the pretzel I had at another place, it stayed softer when I took it back to the room to eat the rest of it later. But the
Hmm.
one from the Troll Tavern got hard kind of quick.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ryan says the pretzel seemed like it was frozen too. Okay. So yeah, a few people had that. So I didn't have anything to eat. I just had a beer there because I sat with some other people. Um, all right. So that was our first little event there at 2 o'clock. Again, usually it's at Das Ice Cream, but we moved it to the Troll Tavern. But a new event this year was the Meet Helen tour. This started on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And this is still information. We went over this a couple weeks ago, but it's a chance to meet Helen, and basically a walking tour of Helen, led by Darren from Magnificent Germany with Darren. And so this is our walking tour here. At least some of us here. There's me, there's Blaine, there's Eric, there's Kathy Mills, Corn, there's Georgia Mountain Folk. There's all kinds of people in there. I'm not going to remember their names, but so this is some of our group walking. And yeah, we just walked through Helen. So we walked over the bridge and we walked past all these shops along the way. And Darren gave us some tips and history about Helen. We sang the Spaghetti Ice song also along the way. So it was a good time. And we finally ended up at Betty's at the end of the tour. So this is the front of Betty's. And this is there's like the side entrance, or maybe it's the front entrance of Betty's. And we got to meet Helen. And here she is in all her glory, Helen. And Roxy, you got to meet Helen. What did you think of Helen?
She was a nice lady, shorter than me, but she's older.
Yeah, she didn't talk much either, so
No,
she's kind of quiet, and she's right there by the exit. So that's Helen. So you met Helen from Helen. Uh, interesting. Spaghetti ice. Spaghetti ice. I can't do it like Darren does.
spaghetti ice.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Spaghetti ice.
I can't do it like he does. But anyway, so we got to meet Helen, and some people bought some stuff at Betty's. And I got to meet Denise from Bone Tired Travelers. So we got a picture together. So it was me, or Denise, or her alter ego is Funnies. But it was good to meet her in person. And so then after Betty's, then we walked back, and our tour ended at the Heidelberg restaurant, the blue building here in this picture. And Roxy, you were able to go, right, to this?
They would not let me and Candy in. I said, "Can I sit in the closest to the door?" Nope, you can't come in with the dog. So I had someone watch my dog. I ordered takeout, and they brought it down to me outside.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, at least you got to eat there, kind of. Yeah, sorry. Usually, most places are pet friendly, but not all of them are pet friendly. So that's something to
No,
keep in
and I
mind.
didn't care for the food after I got it anyway.
What did you have there?
I had this pork schnitzel,
Okay, all right.
and it wasn't like the pork schnitzels that I've had before, so I didn't care for it.
Okay. Did you have any sides with it, or just?
Yeah, I had cream potatoes and something else, and I didn't like either one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll show you what I had. I had the sauerbraten, which is like a beef with kind of like a sweet and sour sauce type of gravy. Also had red cabbage and the German potato salad. Mine wasn't too bad. I think I maybe ordered something different than this, but my red cabbage was good. The German potato salad was good. Yeah, but this was all right. Yeah, and if anybody else is in the chat, feel free to leave any comments about if you went on the walking tour, if you went to the Heidelberg, what you ate, stuff like that. Feel free to leave comments. Brittany Anderson is here. Welcome aboard, Brittany. Good to have you here. Ari had spatzel. I had that once, and Helen, it was okay.
That's what I had, and it was so yellow and so dry. It said it was butter on it. I didn't taste any butter on it.
Okay. Yeah, it was all right. The restaurant was all right for me. It took a while to get our food. Of course, we had like 30 some people there, something like that. Oh, I have someone else joining me in the basement. Let me know if you're ready. Basement person. In my basement, not ready yet? He's ready. All right. He was also in Helen, and then he had suffered a tragedy like I did. Well, kind of like I did. He's none other than Yo, Eddie. Oh, welcome aboard, Eddie.
Hey, Eddie. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. And I will not say that it was a tragedy like it happened to you. Mine was more of a physical, something I expected to happen eventually, and it did happen a little quite faster than I expected. Technically my third time happening, but this time I think I saw that the height going up in altitude, plus the weather and all that walking around that I did on Friday, kind of all caught up with the same stuff, and then made it a little rough for me on during the weekend.
Yeah. So I had more of an accident, and yours is kind of a built up.
Yeah.
Thing. So yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you're out of the hospital. At least that's good.
Thank
Good
you.
news, and on the road to recovery with that.
4 days later. So
yeah. So I'll backtrack a little bit. Eddie, when did you get to Helen, and how did you get there?
I was able to pick up Alice at around 11 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So we made it to Helen around 1 thing. Checked in at the hotel, and then went straight over to the troll because we were told that they're gonna meet up there. On the way there, we met Mr. David Joda here. He spoke to Alice for a bit, and then he let us know that everybody was over there. So slowly but surely, we made our way there because of me. And then when we got there, unfortunately, the captain was outside, showing off his ego and going bloody all over the place. So he almost pushed me down the steps.
I wanted to.
I saw you coming next to me to push me down. But thank God that Alice noticed that, and Alice knocked him out. I did went down the steps anyway, and Alice carried my walker down because I didn't want to go all the way across. And apparently, you were telling me you gotta go around here, you gotta take a ram, you gotta go. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna take a dive here and go for it. So the steps wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Now, after there, coming back, I did took the ramp and to go back up.
Yeah, the Troll Tavern is kind of hard to get there when you're on the main street because you got to go down those stairs or go down the ramp. I guess you could have gone down along the river and go on the back and go in the parking lot that's behind there, I guess. But
yes, we did, but it's only for people that are staying on that country inn.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't park there, and the other side you could park also, but it's $10.
Okay.
Check in and stay there and just walk to the troll.
Yeah, parking is a kind of an issue for anybody that has gone to Helen. There's a lot of places that charge for parking.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if it's busy, it's hard to find parking. Yes. You do a lot of walking. So it is a kind of a walking town.
Yes. And you're better off walking than mostly anything there,
Let's see. Yoda said must have had Reuben and potato salad. There, Ryan Donahue said they weren't happy about us being late. At the Heidelberg. Yeah, they weren't late. They didn't like us being late. We showed up like a half hour late there.
Yeah.
Kathy says at the Heidelberg, I had the chicken schnitzel with mashed potatoes and red cabbage. I thought it was all pretty good. Eddie, you were at the Heidelberg. What did you have there?
I just had a cup of coffee. That was it. because at the troll I had the fish and the prize in a big, I think like a 2 liter of soda, and that big cup, plastic cup that they sell. So I saw Megan one, and I said, "Wait a minute, I gotta give me one." So I ended up getting one. So that was my first meal of the day, and it filled me up so good that by the time I made it to the Heidelberg, all I had was coffee, a cup of coffee.
Did you keep the mug at the Troll Tavern?
Oh yeah, no, it's here at the house.
Okay, cool.
Forget
And
to bring it here.
how was the food at Troll Tavern?
Oh, I like that. It's white fish and with the price. That's what I had 2 years ago, and
Okay.
I knew that's what I wanted.
Okay,
The second time around. So
cool. All right, excellent.
mhm.
Oh, Kathy. Oh, must be all right. Boys behave. What? We always behave. I behave. It's that guy down there. Anyways, I'll go back to my pictures. Let me go back there. Present. And sure. Okay, sure. All right. So yeah, sauerbraten is what I had. It was all right. I don't think I'd order it again. So then after Heidelberg, a lot of us went back to the Hellendorf Inn, and the 700 block is where the party is at. So, so this is one picture from one of the. I think this was Saturday. No, it had been Friday. Maybe it was Saturday. I don't know. Anyways, there's Rafi. There's Darren leaving the party scene, trying to stay out of trouble. There's Kenny that we brought up the stairs. We had to carry his wheelchair up the stairs. Luckily, we had some younger kids around to take him back down. There's Ryan, there's Alma, there's Ronnie, and there's Corey and Lori, and I think that's Crystal. Anyways, that's just a picture from the party there. I think that's Sherry, and I'm behind Ryan. Can't see me. And then I had my very first BSK from Ronnie and Alma, which is this is Boiling Springs Kool-Aid, which is Grey Goose vodka and Diet Cherry Lemon Sundrop. So it wasn't too bad. I actually had 2 of them forced on me, but and Roxy, back to going what you said. You said you enjoyed 99% of Helen, but there's 1% you didn't like, and what was that 1%?
Well, it's actually 2%. I didn't like some of the food, but I didn't like that there were so many of them getting drunk and having a party all night long.
This is German town. That's what you do in Germany. You drink.
Yeah, that it's a German town, but they had security called on them.
Yeah, we did get the management come up and give us the warning. We were a little loud noise complaints, but
I mean, it gets out of hand when you see people coming out of someone else's room in the middle of the morning.
yeah, that happened. So, anyways, so yeah, there were some drinks flowing up there. Meg says BSKs are pretty great. Helen seems a fun place. It is Danny D. It is fun. There's always good food. Of course, there's always good people, minus Eddie, there on the weekend. And there's entertainment too. They have like different musicians there, and bands and stuff performing. So, oh yeah, Ronnie, you mean Ronnie? Yeah, I'll get to that in a second too. Ronnie had his own little fan club there, or entourage. Meg says I was sleeping to each their own. Well, you had to rest up for your big day, Meg. So we know why you're sleeping. Kathy says 700 block had most of the rocking chairs. I wanted one on my Riverside balcony. Yes, I wish I had a rocking chair on my Riverside balcony too. But I also don't miss the rocking chairs piled up in front of my door either. So give or take, I guess. Oh, and Eddie, where did you stay at the Hellendorf?
On the by the elevators on the 401.
Okay.
Handicap room.
Okay. Yep. So we were kind of.
I knew about 700 blocks, so I didn't go. This time I didn't go over there. Last time I have to go up that big ramp, and then somehow step by step make it all the way up there.
Yeah.
And this year I said nope. That's not happening.
Well, I just visited the 700 block. I didn't stay there.
And I knew it was gonna get loud because the last 2 years it's been the same. So I said nope.
Yep, it has been. Yoda says Hellendorf should note that block of time as noisy for the YouTubers. Yeah, we thought we had the whole area up there, but I guess there were some people in a couple rooms downstairs. That's probably where the complaint came from. I never saw his chair, Yoda said. Meg was in 404.
Wow.
Okay, so nearby. All right, so yeah, and there's Ronnie. So I stole that from Ronnie made his logo, but he had a whole group of young teenage boys say his name. All right, so Saturday, you can meet up at Hoffer's to have breakfast. I did not. I slept in. Eddie, did you go to Hoffer's?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
And Roxy, did you go?
No, I didn't go this year.
Okay. What did you have at Hoffer's, Eddie?
Domino's. I had the ham and cheese omelet with 2 rolls, something else in it, a piece of pineapple, an orange, 2 rolls, ham and cheese, and something else. I know Alice had the French toast, and she ordered also sausages. So I had one of them sausages with me from her. Of course, coffee like crazy. And something else. I can't remember what else was on the plate. I think potatoes or something, but I can't recall. I mean, it was so good that I go for that down because I didn't eat the night before. So.
Oh yeah, I bet you didn't have bacon though.
They don't sell bacon at Hoffer's.
Yeah, no bacon.
Weird, but Germans don't really care too much for bacon.
Yeah, which is a disappointment because a lot of people like bacon. So
I knew they didn't have it, so I was fine with it.
Yep. So yeah, I missed Hoffer's, but some of us didn't go either. But we went to the Huddle House for a late brunch. That's my first time at the Huddle House, which is on the other side of
upscale Waffle House.
Yep, on the other side of Wendy's. And so I had this is the sausage and gravy biscuit I had. That was my side. But I had the MVP biscuit, had bacon on it, and sausage and milk cheese and whatever, and like a maple syrup or maple butter or something, I don't know. And hash browns is what I had there. And I ate there with Sherry and Danny from Destinations Fun, the fake captain, Sherry over there. And and Yoda was there as well too, and also Corey and Lori from Mountains to Sea crew. So we had a nice little breakfast there. And so then Saturday you had different choices of what you wanted to do. Roxy, what did you do Saturday afternoon before?
I just walked around Helen.
Okay, how was that?
It was nice. Candy and I went into the Old Bavarian Inn. It's a restaurant. I don't know if it's a hotel or just a restaurant. But I go to the door and I say, "Can Candy come in?" And he said, "Yes." And he pulled out his phone and showed me a picture. He had 7 dachshunds, just like Candy.
Oh, okay.
He said, "All dogs are welcome." So I remember that for next year, we can all go to the Old Bavarian Inn. All the dogs you want to bring.
Okay. Is that when you bought your candy? Was on Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah. She had a taste test or taste live yesterday. I watched that for a little bit. So what was your favorite candy you had?
I want to say the Crunch Bar or whatever it was called from Australia. Okay. But the more I ate, the less I wanted of them. So
okay.
they weren't as good as when you first take a bite of them.
So if you missed Roxy's live yesterday, go back to her channel and check it out. She did a live tasting of that. And Eddie, what did you do Saturday afternoon?
Well, since Thursday and Friday night, I couldn't sleep well. Once we left the Hoppers, me and Alice talked about it. Said if we get up at 6, we could go to Hoppers. If we don't, we're gonna end up meeting Kathy later at the Huddle House, like around 9 something. But for some unforgiven reason, the alarm went off at 6. I got up and Alice got up too. She says to me, "So we're gonna go to Hoppers?" I said, "Yeah." She goes in the bathroom to get herself checked out. She comes back out. I'm out asleep again on the bed, and she wakes me up again and says, "Are you sure you want to go?" I say, "Yeah," because we missed the year before. So we ended up going and did our breakfast, came back. And I said to her, well, let's go back to the hotel. I feel like taking a nap, and I think it will be better for tonight. So we went back to the hotel, and we took a nap, and I fell asleep so good. It was like finally my body couldn't take it anymore, and finally let me rest. We got up around 2, I think, and said, well, get dressed, let's go out for a ride. So I got in touch with Ryan and Mel. They were staying at the Unicoi State Park. So I asked him, are you still at the park? And do you mind if we come by? And he says, no, coming up. I said, okay. So we're going to go up there before we go to a dinner at the Opera House. So we did. We showed up there about 4:45, 4:45, hang out with them for about almost an hour. And I said, well, it's time to start going down to the hotel, to the restaurant. So we could I need to find a spot near the restaurant anyway, because my legs were in a lot of pain. So they said, well, okay, we got to get ourselves ready too, and then we'll meet you there. Just save us 2 chairs. That's why when you came in, you saw us. I was sitting at the end, Alice next to me, and then 2 chairs empty for them too. And they showed up like, I don't know, maybe half hour later. And then that's why we had the dinner at the Opera House. But I didn't eat anything else until we made it there. Me and Alice had a pretzel, just to get something in the belly. And then I had Jesus Christ, I keep forgetting about this stuff. Like half of the day I remember now, and what I'm eating, I don't remember. I know I had a potato pancake on it, and a Reuben. I had a Reuben sandwich.
Okay.
With a potato pancake and a gallon of Coca-Cola. And Alice has, I think, the schnitzel also, beer or something like that. And then we had a great time, Saturday night. And then Friday night when we walked back to the hotel from the Heidelberg, I was exuberating a lot on my breathing, so I kept stopping and stopping just to catch up with my breathing. I know Kathy Mills was with us, and I know she noticed that too. So Friday night, when we finally made it back to the hotel, again, shower and all that, we watched TV for a bit. So once it came time for me to go to sleep, again, I couldn't sleep for crap. I had a lot of pain on my ribs and stuff. I knew that I had some liquid in my system, in ribs, and I think some were not going to be too well. So I couldn't sleep that night. And Alice, I think she woke up like around 6 to go use the bathroom. When she came back, I said to her, I'm not feeling too well. Do you mind if we leave? Because we're thinking about leaving like around 9 o'clock in the morning, so we could come down and get myself checked out. So we did. 6 o'clock, she says, I'm fine. Let's get out of here. We should go hit a hospital nearby here. I said, no. I know I'm gonna stay. If we stay up here, then how you gonna be driving back and forth? So we're 2 hours away from the house, and her job's another 2.5 hours. So I said to her, let's just take it easy, make it get home. When I got in the car, I think I had almost like a mile, a very little stroke, because my heart just wanted to pump out. So finally, about 10 minutes into it, I relaxed. I was able to sit down back and all that. So we took the drive. We met at home, and around I will say like around 2:30 in the afternoon, I said to her, I'm gonna eat something now. I took half of that sandwich that I had in the Opera House, and I brought it home. So that's what I had for lunch. And then I said to her, let's go to the hospital. So once we made it to the hospital, I was there and not coming out. So she spent the night with me in Sunday night. She spent the night in the IMCU with me. Next morning, she woke up and went to her office, did the work that she needed to do. When she had her lunch break, came up, hang out with me for a bit, went back down, finished her day, and then came back up, spent about like 2 hours with me, and then she came home to rest and all that. But being working at the hospital, she was supposed to be there with me in the morning, at lunch, and then in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I finally got everything taken care of, and then by Wednesday morning, I already had the results and everything. Two cardiologists came in and told me, "Well, seems like you're doing much better. We're gonna release you. You're gonna be disembarking from the ship here." Yeah, I'm like,
Well, I'm sure you like that disembarking.
well, I enjoy this hospital. This is my second stay there already, and
Yeah.
since it's a place that Alice works, I love the place.
Okay.
Everybody's always taking great care of me. Nurses are they do a hell of a job there,
Hmm.
and
What
I don't mind if I got to stay 2 weeks. So
Oh, Roxy said what hospital?
Piedmont Noonan.
Oh yeah, that's a good hospital.
Yeah, I do not want to go to Atlanta. Sorry, I'm not go to Grady. No way. Every time I drive by there, it just looks spooky, creepy, and no, I never
Yeah.
get a good vibe. So,
Hmm. Well, I'm glad to hear you got disembarked, and are you getting like checked up and stuff, or you have to, like,
Monday I have to go at 9:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the afternoon. I have to be at my doctor's, and then on Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning, I have to go back to the hospital, and Dr. Darlington, who's my cardiologist, is gonna go through the whole process of what I got myself into this time. So
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I kind of my uncle has kind of the situation with you with the cardiologist stuff. Anytime he goes to high altitudes, like he's in Minnesota, but when
Yeah.
he goes visits his son or my cousin in Colorado, there's quite the altitude there, and
Yeah.
he has to have oxygen on to breathe. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I know all about that for him with that. All right. Well, we know your situation with all that. So, but good to hear you're out of the hospital and getting back on track. Meg said that, oh, wait. First, Danny D said she gets to meet Sherry and Danny in July. Can't wait to meet them. Also, get to meet Chet and Robin from Sea Life Journeys and Greg and Michelle from Cruise Life TV. They will be first time meeting YouTubers. Awesome, Danny D. It's always cool to meet YouTubers. That's why we do this meetup, because we get to meet our fellow YouTubers. So, Meg said on Saturday she ended up going to thrift stores all around the area, and they went to do pirate mini golf. That's cool. I haven't done the mini golf yet. I like to try.
When me and Alice were leaving the hotel, they were coming in and something about they made a comment about the mini golf, and Paul was like beat up and stuff. And I said, "Man, you need some rest." They were exhausted.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh, and Yoda said good live, Roxy, from yesterday. That's cool.
Thank you.
All right. Kathy Mills says, have to find out what the different groups are doing next year. I walked the whole town window shopping and got a little lunch. Went back after church on Sunday and bought a few gifts. Hey, I mean, that's a shop. They have all kinds of shops there in Helen. So
Yeah.
that sounds like fun to do. JD says, Kathy, that's one thing I want to do when I go to Helen Meetup. Heard there's some cute shops. Yeah, they have all kinds of different shops there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a couple candy shops. Roxy had said on her live, I think, and then they have a Christmas store there and all kinds of different shops there.
Mhm.
Scott Smith.
They had a big Christmas store, but it was the rope was across it. It wasn't open.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard it's expensive there too. When it is open. Scott Smith is here. Welcome aboard, Scott. Good to have you here.
Hey, what's up?
Scott?
Meg says she would not recommend being in the hospital in Atlanta. So that's
Yeah. No.
He said like when he did that post of disembarking. Dandy's been in Colorado for her conference. That's cool. Yeah,
I worked in Denver and a few other towns in Colorado during the winter, and yes.
Okay. Yeah, my cousin and his wife, they live just in a suburb of Denver, just south of Denver.
Yeah.
Nick says I was tired. We've been going for days. Yeah, they got there early too. So, there is the other, the not so good half of Meg. Paul is here.
Mr. C's.
Yes, Mr. C's is here. Welcome aboard, Paul. We'll talk about that in a second. I got some pictures coming up here. We got about 15 minutes left until the Saturday spotlight with Sherry from Sherry Awesome Sunsets will be going live at the top of the hour. Scott is back. Welcome back, Scott, or hashtag pressed meat. Good to have you here.
What is
Let's see. Get through the bottom of the chat. Okay, I'll look at the bottom of the chat. All right. Hide that comment. All right, back to my pictures. I gotta share my pictures again. Share. So I was good to talk. So a group of us went to Anna Ruby Falls. It was my first time going to the falls, and this is one of the pictures there. But this is Anna Ruby Falls, so a couple different waterfalls here. It was pretty cool. What was not fun was the walk up there. It's paved, which is nice, but it's also very steep.
That's what I keep hearing about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not in the greatest of shapes, but I was huffing and puffing getting towards that top, and I had to take a couple of stops to get there. But I did make it because if Kenny can do it, I can do it. So I got up there. But this is just some shots. There's me in front of the waterfall. There's a closer shot of the waterfalls. I put out a couple of shorts of the waterfalls too. So check those out. There's me again. And then so we got a group picture of us up there. There's Ari. There's Ryan Nalma's granddaughter. There's Danny and Sherry. There's me. There's Ronnie Nalma.
You're always in a bad movie.
Who? Oh yeah,
yeah. She's always in a bad movie.
When it comes to pictures, yes.
Oh.
Ryan is there. Billy, Darren's son, Darren's nephew, and Scott and Amber's son is there with us. So we all took a group picture of the falls. And there's one more picture of me. If you can't get enough of me and the waterfalls, there you go.
Look at that water, man. That water is so inviting. I'm telling you.
It is. It's very nice.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's just cool to listen to too. And all right. So then after the falls, we went down to Betty's. And because some of us wanted a light lunch before the Hofbrau house. So we're at the Betty's. And I just wanted something lighter. I wanted something sweet. So I had a couple cupcakes. So I had a butterscotch cupcake, and then I had this banana pudding cupcake, and this was really good. So I recommend this one. The butterscotch, not so much, but this banana pudding, very good. Oh, Rafi's here. Welcome aboard, Rafael. Good to have you here.
Rafa, ¿qué pasa?
Hey, Ralphie.
He was Mr. Uber there. He picked up Roxy. Took her there. It took you back, right? Back to Atlanta.
He took me back. He took Eric B back to Atlanta because his boss called him. Anyway, and told him could he come back to work a day early. So he took him to Atlanta, and then he brought Michael and I can't think of the lady's name. Anyway, brought them back to Helen.
Okay. Yep. Mike and Kay Jackson. Yep, that's who you brought. Yeah. And it took down. Yep. So they came too. All right. So then after Betty's, we went back to the Hellendorf just to charge our phones and relax a little bit before we headed off to the Hofbrau house because it was time for the Helen meetup dinner at the Hofbrau house, which is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. So this is the Hofbrau house for those of you that haven't been there before. It's towards the end of Helen. And it's parking across the street. I had a beer. Now this had no effect with my ankle, but I did have a nice beer there. So there's me with my Hofbrau House original beer, and I had this is called Falscher Haas meatloaf, German meatloaf, with sauerkraut and German potato salad. I heard people like this meatloaf the last time they were there. I tried it and I wasn't really a fan of it. I usually get like the schnitzel there, and I usually like that. But I did not like the meatloaf there. Eddie already told us what he had. He had the Reuben. Roxy, what did you have at the Hofbrau house?
I had a pretzel, and I just got the roast beef. I didn't want any of the sides. So the roast beef is pretty good.
Okay. Oh, and there's the better half of the Lugos. Alice is here. Welcome aboard, Alice. Why am I stuck with Eddie? Why can't I be stuck with Alice instead? Anyways, Meg says the meatloaf was not as good this year. Yep, I agree. It was not good. I did not like it. Yeah, hold on. Mi amor, Eddie. Mi amor.
Haha, don't be jealous.
You had wings and a sweet potato.
Yeah. Okay. Paul had wings and a baked potato. All right. Cool. That's not very German-like, but okay. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I had a meatloaf, and there's another shot of the meatloaf and the potato salad and the potato salad and sauerkraut were good. The meatloaf not so much, but and then here's some pictures I took. People eating. There's Ronnie, Sharon Day and Alma and Kathy Mills and Crystal and Raphael. There's Mike and Katie Jackson. There's Scott Smith. There's Mountain Sea Crew. There's Yoda. There's the fam adventures is over there. There's Ryan and Mel are back for face back there.
And Alice.
Yep, and Alice is there. Yeah, I think I don't have a picture of you because I couldn't see you from my angle, which was good. I couldn't see you. So. So I was in the patio room. I think my background just fell down. Yep, I did. All right, exposing my background here. I'm gonna hold this up.
Yeah, was getting you tipsy, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, I'll just do this. All right, so yeah, I was in this little patio room, and this had Kenny was here, Misha. There's Scott and Amber here. There's sons back there. There's Ronnie's fan clubs back there. There's Darren. There's Blaine. There's Life of Mountain Folk are here.
Fred.
Yep, Fred and Connie. There's Meg sitting all by herself on her. This must have been her bachelorette party or something. Anyways, well, it's two girls, right? That was her bachelorette party. Anyways, we had a captain battle, even though I won the battle. It should not have been a battle.
That's what you think. You think you did, but you never did.
But I won hands down.
She tried to fall with you.
No, she did not.
Yep.
It was a tie.
They said it was a tie, but I disagree.
Harry used you like a vacuum cleaner. Suck it up, homeboy.
Okay, hold on. Make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Looks like I'm not. Oh, it's on next year, says Chris. No, bring it on. Bring it on. I got no competition. Yeah, Lori's sister sitting with me. That was the bachelorette party. Roxy used to sat there too. All the bachelorettes. Scott's is down the middle.
And she forgot to throw the bouquet.
Oh, yeah. Eddie's sure won. Love it. No, she did not win. Bring it. All right. Anyways, Captain Battle, I won. There I am with Denise. There's Alice. See, notice I don't have no picture of Eddie in here.
Amen. Thank God.
There's the fam. I don't know who that is. Anyways, so then after the restaurant, I was sober. I was completely sober. I got over the beer and everything. I was walking to my car, and I parked up in the employee parking lot because Darren said that we could park up there. And anyway, so across the street, had to walk up the stairs, and it was not very well lit up there. It was kind of dark. And I got up to the top step, and I proceeded to just walk on the parking lot. Well, I forgot, or I didn't see there was one more step down below. And so I missed that step, and I sprained my ankle. So I had to pick myself up off the ground and hobble over to my car. I was not in good. It hurt. So I got into the car. I got back to the Hellendorf. Of course, it's my right foot, which is my driving foot. So driving back the next day was not very fun. Luckily, I have cruise control, so that wasn't too bad. But anyway, so I made it back to the Hellendorf Inn, and that was where my night ended because I did not want to go anywhere. So I just stayed in bed the entire time. I had ice on my ankle and stuff like that. We got some comments in the chat. Meg says look, I had all these plans. Then Kenny showed up right after I got out of my shower, and all my plans went out the window. Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. And and speaking of Kenny, if you can reach out to Kenny, anybody, because Kenny was there at Helen, Georgia. Kenny's kind of going through a little bit of hard times. He's feeling kind of down. So if you can reach out to Kenny and kind of boost him up, that would be appreciative. So he's having some issues. So yeah, the losing battle. Paul said, I told you didn't need that 10th tequila shot. I didn't have any tequila. I did have some BSK, some vodka, Grey Goose vodka. I think that's the blame. Side effects. I think it's side effects from that BSK I had. No way that's your, well, it's not my foot, but it's just a representation of my foot. If you want to see my feet pics, go to OnlyFans.com. All right. Anyway, so I missed. So I left early on Sunday. My ankle was hurting. I was going to go back anyways early because I had to get back home. It's a long drive for me. So I missed Church by the River, but this is where the Church by the River is. They've got the setup here, and we had Preacher Scott give a nice sermon. I watched it live on Roxy was going live, and Kenny went live, and Rafi went live, and so they're all streaming it. So it was cool to see all that. But so I got to watch the sermon, and then I got to watch the special event that happened afterwards. And had I known that this was going to go on, I would have probably tried to attempt to stay because I missed out. But anyways, so there's Paul at the altar there, and there we have the beautiful Meg in purple being escorted by Darren down the aisle. We had a wedding, y'all. So Meg and Paul got married in Helen, Georgia. So that was the surprise at the end of the church service. So there's some pictures that I borrowed from people, and Rafi filming there, exchanging wedding rings, and then the kiss at the end. Mwah! And then there are the happy couple there, the newlyweds. So pretty awesome. Let's see. And Eddie, you weren't there. Roxy, you were there.
Yeah.
How was the church service there?
It was pretty nice, other than Darian sometimes missed the words, and Misha had to keep up with him.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah. And how was the sermon by Scott?
Yeah, the Scott sermon was good.
Yeah, he's a really good job with that. And then
by the time the whole team started, me and Alice were already home.
Oh, okay. And Roxy, did you know about the wedding?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of knew about it from last year because they had talked about they wanted to get married in Helen, but I didn't know they were going to do it this year. And I actually saw Meg and Paul as I was leaving, and they didn't say anything to me. So I wish they would have, because I would have stayed or tried to stay. But
well, when we had the cruise-a-thon, someone asked her about getting married. She said, if we ever get married, it'll be in Helen. And so I put 2 and 2 together, and I was right.
Yeah, they met in Helen. So yeah, they wanted to get married there. So
they met in Helen. Yeah.
Let's see. Holly said, congratulations to the couple. Yes. I'm not beautiful, Billy. No, you're not, Paul. Definitely not beautiful. Meg is, though. And I am, too. I'm beautiful, too. The wedding was such a great surprise, says Kathy. Congratulations, Meg and Paul from Alice. Sorry we missed it. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it, too. But I got to watch it in a special place. I'll talk about that here in a second. We're going to go a couple minutes over. We're at the top of the hour. I've got a couple more pictures left. We were being goofy the whole time, says Meg. Yoda says the room at Hellendorf has been booked. Hitchhiker Suite. Supposedly a very tiny room for this big guy. It should be fun. That's awesome. Yep, I had a hurt ankle, that's for sure. All right, I got a couple more pictures left. So that was the wedding. There's the happy couple there at the Huddle House celebrating their wedding. That was the wedding party afterwards. I drove back to Pensacola. I stopped at Buc-ee's again. Now, I mentioned Buc-ee's earlier. Stopped at Buc-ee's. I watched the entire wedding in the Buc-ee's parking lot. So I was watching from there. So that was pretty cool to watch it. At least I could watch the entire thing. And then and before I got to Buc-ee's though, I drove through Atlanta. There was a Coca-Cola sign in Atlanta. And then also I stopped at Kroger because I had a $100 gift card that I won in a sweepstakes, and I don't have Kroger in my area. So
give me the car. You
what?
Should have given it to me.
Oh no.
I could have used it, Kroger. I got plenty of Krogers around here.
Yeah. So I don't have one. So I went there and I bought some stuff finally with that. Then and then so yeah, next year is the 6th annual. There's missing the T there, but it's 6th annual Helen, Georgia meetup. It is March 6th to 8th, 2026. So mark those dates on your calendar. Those are the next dates for the meetup. And then so right now, Sherry should be going live with Sherry Awesome Sunsets with the Saturday Spotlights. I do have a premiere in that. This is my from Sea Day to San Juan. So Sea Day and then San Juan, Puerto Rico. Eddie's favorite, I know. And it's on the Caribbean Princess. So I woke up early enough when I caught the sailing into San Juan. So it was beautiful. So you'll see that in my premiere tonight. And that's the end of my pictures. So they know it's coming in. My background is like falling apart here in the back. But before we go, I just want to recognize Roxy and Eddie. Thank you for coming up on the panel. Roxy, what do you have planned on your channel?
Monday at 6 o'clock, my Minecraft Monday, if anybody wants to watch me play. Then I go live on Wednesdays, and I go live on Fridays at 6 o'clock.
Okay, cool. And then Eddie, what do you got going up on your channel?
There's a premiere tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on p.m. Eastern. It's from the Harmony of the Seas, the Love and Marriage show. Got the whole show going on. I'm gonna be presenting it tomorrow night at 8, and then I'll be back with a morning quickie Monday morning and go live together at 9 a.m. through Monday through Friday. I'm gonna be on the road Monday morning and Sunday morning and Tuesday morning, taking Alice to work because I have to use the car later for go to the appointments. But other than that, we'll see how things happen on the with the doctors. See how that happens.
All right, cool. All right, well, hopefully everything goes all right with that. Looks like Anthony's going live tonight. He'll be after Adventures Ahead later tonight. So
yeah,
10
p.m. Anthony.
Yeah, he usually does a live or a giveaway. So check out his. He usually gives something away. Wait, Yoda says it's not a corn I see on your toe. No, that's not my foot. Anyways, and Rafi said nobody knew about the wedding until the day before. So yeah, only some people knew about it. I had a hint that it might happen last year, but for this year, but yeah, I wish I would have known. I would have stayed. That's all right. No worries. Anyways, and then Paul says, be on the lookout for Lugo's new lunchtime show, The Neuter. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for coming in. I don't know when I'll be going live next. Probably for my birthday. My birthday is in next month, April 12th, on a Saturday. I'm going to actually go to Biloxi, Mississippi, and do some gambling over there. But I'll probably go live for my birthday because I got nothing else planned. I'm not going anywhere until September for my cruises, so I'm pretty much landlocked until then. Scott says Billy isn't winning tonight. Anthony, no, I'm winning. If I don't win, it's hashtag rigged. Rigged, says Scott. No, I gotta win it. Anyways, thank you guys for coming in. Let me get rid of the comment there. And we'll see you guys next time. Check out Sherry Awesome Sunset. She's going live right now. All right. Bye, everyone.